places, same parties. Am I just a ghost at night? Too many street lights in this city, I'm missing our ocean side. I've been running, but I can't escape the feeling that I've been away for far too long. 'Cause there's something about our love that brings me peace of mind. Something special about the way our lives are intertwined. There's something about you that just leaves me mystified. Something pulling me to your heart, and I always want you by my side. Keep your body next to mine. People, new places, we're the same. A moment frozen in time. Wish I could relive the day I met you and fall in love a second time.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Quesday. I will admit I'm a little confused. I currently have the stream going out to YouTube and Twitch. The Twitch stream is unnaturally perfectly stable at exactly the value I have it set to. Actually, hold on. Yeah. But the YouTube stream has been dropping 20% of frames since the moment I went live. I think it's related to random hard drives having 100% usage, but I don't actually know. I've never seen the stream stable, then drop, then stable, then drop. It's currently stable. It wasn't for about half the time the YouTube stream was live. I've also learned how to actually have a YouTube status thing in... Ooh, it even opens its own window. In OBS, so I don't have to worry about the other screen that keeps not loading stuff. The stream health just says the bitrate's higher than recommended, and I don't like their recommendation, but that's expected. I think there's a way for me to set the game in here, so let me quickly do that. And let me also check, because there was a poll on which game mode everyone's going to be playing tonight. And it's apparently low grav. So let's queue up for low gravity. Dixon's in a match already. So are PBG Games and Steffi. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, oh yeah, there we go. My YouTube bitrate just died again. We want game audio. And we want our game category to be correct in the YouTube stream. Oh, you can do breaks as well. Now, I'm going to be keeping an eye on both streams, but this is the first time that I've ever seen the YouTube one so unpredictable. We're down to 17% being bad. 6. Otherwise, Tim, how are you enjoying Overwatch? Would you like to join us for Quesday? Oh, there we go. Bitrate dipped again. Yeah, there it goes. Very weird. It is one of those games that throws a lot at you all at once, and just the process of learning it can be a bit much. So like I generally don't recommend playing, you know, multiple 4-hour nights in a row trying to learn it. Yeah, there we go. The YouTube stream is back up. It has to be something on my network that's misbehaving. Both of those are fun heroes to play, in my opinion. Alright, here's what my network graph looks like. Stable bitrate, drop. Back to above stable, drop. Back to above stable, then stable. And now it's actually stable for the moment. Very weird. I wish I was better at Cassidy. I enjoy his playstyle overall. There we go. There goes the bitrate again. I might just lower the YouTube one down a little bit and see if that helps, but I don't think it will. There we go. We found a game. We'll see how my in-game ping is as well. But my aim for Cassidy isn't good enough. I am surprised just how incomplete Stadium feels. Because there are a bunch of UX things where I'm like, this feels unfinished.
Happy Tuesday, gamers.
Happy Tuesday. Hey,
Hello.
Curious. You joining for Tuesday? Even if not streaming?
Amazing. Beautiful.
What are we doing? Low grav. What do we want to play?
Mochi.
Low grav Farah could be really fun. Maybe low grav mate. Oh, Coco's in the match too.
I need your help.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, so Stadium feels unfinished in a number of ways. A, the scoreboard resets every round. The play of the game is only from the final round.
Moving the payload. Backup
Yeah.
requested.
That bugs me about Overwatch's matchmaking in general. It really
Where's
annoys
the
me when I
window?
see clearly new players in my more advanced games. I don't think it should do that.
The Widow is dead.
I got Widow. I got Soldier.
Enemy over here.
Behind us?
I'm feeling like the Mei primary fire doesn't work well in low gravity.
Wow. Payload on the move.
Oh, we don't even get perks in low grav. That's not very
Look out.
I'm on push payload. I'm gonna be sneaky.
fair. Curious. But no, I have had
Thinky paid
matches
off.
in quick play where I'm like, this player has no hours in the game. Why are they in my map?
Oh, that's crazy.
I'll avenge you. Where are they?
Also, let me know if everyone else is too loud. I can lower their volumes a bit.
I got it. Just throw the fucking nade is like a fastball.
Nano boost administered.
And the thing is, if you're playing DPS, the
Nice.
There should at least be one enemy
Oh
DPS
my
that is the
God.
same skill level as you.
I'm not gonna lie, you take that for me. I appreciate that.
I guess no one wants to push the payload.
Are you chicken?
Yes.
So you fried this rice?
Where is she?
Chicken fried this rice?
Let me get her.
I'm moving a payload.
My very first match in Deadlock,
Oh, that's crazy.
I played with Sonic on my team.
We got the point. That's what
We
matters,
got
right?
so rolled
No,
that I have not touched the game since.
I didn't kill Coco, therefore it wasn't
No,
a victory.
that's okay.
Yeah,
It's
that's Lily Rose
okay.
for you.
I felt
冻住，不洗澡。
Oh, that did not throw where I meant to. I forgot about the low gravity. It affects deployables too.
Coco is dead.
Coco, no smoko. Coco got my smoko.
There we go.
Moira got my smoko.
Dying in a
Yeah. That's our widow. How am I on 2 eliminations? How do I actually get anyone?
Oh.
It's okay. You can't
Why is the
help me
payload not
getting
moving?
one-tapped. What was that shot, man?
what?
That's alright, they weren't paying attention.
GG.
Well, if you do end up logging on later, let me know. I will
Oh,
switch to my
both
ult
games
and
finish at
I'll
the
at
same
least
time.
help balance your team a little.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, let's watch this.
Nice. I mean, my skills just aren't there to balance out the the teams like that. If I at least play on my ult, maybe the game will assume I'm worse than I am. There we go. First daily done. I've already completed just about 30 levels in the battle, 33 levels in the battle pass, which is good. It's been 1 week. I have not done as well in the stadium stuff. I have only played support. Arcade is not ranked, no. And for the yes. It'll still kick you for being idle. But like if you're doing arcade stuff, especially during Quesday, wins or losses don't matter much because you're probably playing against people that are all sorts of ranks, anywhere between bronzes and masters probably. There goes my bitrate again. Why is it doing that? Very weird. Lockie's still doing competitive. The VOD for this on YouTube is going to be rubbish, but nothing I can do. I also ordered a bunch of stuff from Blizzard because it was all on sale. So it'll have to come here from the US. Still cost me quite a lot. Because the frickin' postage was $40 US. Crazy. But yeah, like here's one of the crazy things, right? If I go career profile history and then we do game reports and we do stadium, this is how they're handled in the menu, right? They count, each round counts as a match. And so they've just done some basic grouping. And then if you look at replays, it's the same deal. You can't look at a full stadium replay. They're per round. So your replays are like 3.5 minutes. And when you mix them in with non-stadium games, it just looks weird. It's like they built Stadium, went, oh shit, we need to put it into the Overwatch game. And then did this. What was the other thing I wrote? Oh yeah, and the fact that like if you do Hero Mastery, which is this thing here, where you choose a hero and you complete these like things. It has a bunch of stuff that like tells you your stats from the game. Stadium only does that per round and then you can't browse it afterwards. So even when you finish a Hero Mastery game, it'll show you the stats for your session in a scoreboard at the end. Stadium won't show you anything, just your competitive rank. Yeah. Apparently it might have pulled some MMR from Roll Q competitive, but you haven't played it, so it wouldn't know where to put you. The thing is, the way their MMR thing is supposed to work is it's supposed to figure out pretty quickly where you're supposed to be, especially if you're like extra skilled. And at least in Overwatch 2, when Overwatch 2 initially released and became free to play, they put all the brand new players in like Silver 1, which is just on the border of Gold and Silver. And what they realized is those players were getting like a 40% win rate, which is, or like a third, no, it was like a 35% win rate. And they were like, this is a terrible experience. So instead, they moved everyone down to Bronze 5. And then those players started getting a 45% win rate. So turns out brand new players are not as good as just below average. Who could have guessed? It's that kind of stuff where it's like, you should have known this. Why didn't you know this? Any Overwatch player could have told you this. Why did you punish your brand new players in such a way? But here we are. I'm surprised you don't have a custom player icon yet. Mostly Soldier, bit of Cassidy. Ashe, I also enjoy playing. Again, the aim is the problem for me. Juno's good fun, but you have to know what you're doing. That is the only challenge. Apparently, also, if we do a custom game and we load into a... Is there a practice range? So if we do practice range, then we do lobby modes, practice range, stadium. Right, then we do heroes, hero roster. Yeah. But why? Oh no. I have to restart my game. Damn it. If I go into the settings while my game is running, it resets one of the settings, which is the horizontal offset. So then everything on my screen shifts to the left. And it's only because for a couple of months, they've had a bug where the left offset resets to 0. Because technically it's a console setting. And the only reason I have the setting enabled on PC is because I modified the config file manually. So and the real disappointment is there's no way for me to actually use a 16:9 HUD on 21:9 aspect ratio. So I have to do this, but the values that they provide are between 0 and 1. Doesn't go any higher, because realistically I'd probably set it at like 2.5, and that should be enough to squash stuff into the middle. But it doesn't even move everything. The voice chat doesn't move, the text chat doesn't move, the kill feed doesn't move. So I wonder on console, and I should test this because I have the ability to, if I change that offset, which is intended for, like, you know, you modify the corners on a TV, whether it doesn't move those items on console as well, because that would be a crap experience for users. Yeah, as you can see, most of my Stadium matches have not been positive. So don't worry, you're not the only one getting stomped. I have very slowly managed to get myself to Novice 3. But, like, I bet my win rate in Stadium. 6 wins, 15 losses. And that's just how it's going to be during the first, like, month and a half of this game, while it tries to figure out what people's MMR is supposed to be. Because that's not a good user experience, I'll tell you that much. Whereas in competitive, 5 wins, 5 losses in the current season, which is more realistic. Which is actually also really annoying because I almost got back up to plat and then back down still in gold 1. So I'm working on it. Oh, also, what I should do... Can I paste duplicate... Oh, I can't. The browser source. So, my current alerts, I think, are Twitch only. And what I've realized is I can just use Twitch's official alerts, and they will work better than my current alerts from a third party. Shall we try it? Because... Content? No. I always forget. Alerts is a top level item. Copy browsers. Okay. The link is like double the length. But let's just pop it in there. Switch to this scene. Can I need to do a test follow. And test follow. Does that work? Sticks around way too long. Does it flip correctly? It does. Okay, general settings. I think I had it on 6 or 8. Yes, correct. That's why we do Quesday, because then it's only the people who participate in Quesday.
Sup, wizard?
Oh, hello! Oh no, I don't know what to play.
How's it going?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Yo.
Yeah, alright. I wonder.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good, 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 good.
I checked my stadium stats. I've lost 3 times more than I've won.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I like stop queuing support because the queues are like 20 minutes long.
Well, once you hit the
I
high
really wanna
ranks,
get
of
it to
course.
pro. Not even on pro yet.
Nah, even for me, I was only in what's silver rank? Keep forgetting.
Silver is novice, which I'm currently novice 3, and my queues are still about 2 or 3 minutes.
Nah, I think it just depends on the type. Because ISO was getting like 7-10 minute queues.
It's crazy. I think because everyone's playing support.
That's
My
probably it.
DPS queues
Juno.
are like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean Juno's like fucking gross. You got Mercy with like enough Valve and health to survive.
I don't
Yeah.
go Velk build. My build's even better.
I generally had no idea what I was doing. The only time I played Mercy when I was trying to get the MVP title.
Bro, this Cass.
Apparently, I'm the only one on the.
A lot of people
Point.
build into the res Velk thing. I think it's stupid. You can be even more tanky without it all the time and give your team even better stats. Like life steal for your team and extra damage boost. And
Yeah, I saw all that.
I'm dead.
his Mercy is just pocketing the crap out of this cast and I can't do crap.
Yeah, I took out the Mercy and Cass
Oh, I
again.
took out the cast and she just rezzed him.
Yeah, I was trying to stop it.
Wow, the diva that's on their team is really good too.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Where did that go? Diva ult with low grav does not work the way people expect. Just floating away.
Heck this. I'm over this diva running at me. Try now.
I'm here.
Do it.
I will never rest.
Less of a running and more of a drift. A light float.
Okay, do it. He's getting pocketed so hard.
Yeah, plus the DM, it's just...
Yeah, I'm switching. Let's do the diva. I'll at least have a little more control that way.
Play this one.
Well, damn.
Tracer got rest. I don't know why people voted for low gravity. I voted for capture the flag and deathmatch. And those two are at the bottom of the board. Apparently I disagree with most of the open queue stake streamers.
Get back here. My gosh, I can't hit shit.
Uh-oh. No! I thought I was behind the wall.
I don't know.
Pain.
This way.
I love Defense Matrix. Oh, I also finally tightened my
Trying to defend the corpse so they don't res.
my microphone. Look, we can try and stop him from rezzing, but if I don't get the heals, then not much is gonna happen here. Hey, we got Life Weaver. Now we get Diva. How do we Diva? The way she just yanked down.
Your carry is here.
Objective
Still
unlocked
got
in
10%.
seconds.
Realistically, most people only watch on Twitch anyway. The YouTube vlogs more for posterity.
Someone's behind.
Neutralizing projectile. Nerf this.
Oh, I have to be touching the ground.
Neutralizing projectile.
Hey, nice. I took a nap earlier, and I think I slept on my right arm. It's not in a happy place.
Objective unlocked
Really? Man, Zen is really coming down full.
Oh, come on, he has no health. We got him.
What else is Mecha securing the point?
Nice.
Initiating defense matrix. Nothing gets past me. Your carry is here.
I didn't even realize it was Blazing Jump.
Initiating defense matrix.
Getting shot in the ass. Please, someone. Oh, it's Lucio. Hey, Reina.
Not giving up.
Welcome. What's your bot doing in here?
Engaging thrusters.
Hope you're doing well. How do I want to do this? Do I want to waste my ult when my entire team is dead? Probably not. Let's do it. Why not? Be more interesting this way.
Booting up. Neutralizing projectile.
I can read, you know.
Pirate disengaging.
I know what I'm going to do, though. Widgets? Settings. Docs. There's a thing here. Settings.
Objective unlocked in 10
There we
seconds.
go.
Diving in. Neutralizing projectile. Kitsune, guide you. Does that one go on your highlight reel?
I do like shooting faster, but there's nothing for me to shoot.
Go to the next point. I'm out. Nerf this.
Oh no, not again! I had nowhere to escape to.
Objective unlocked in 10 seconds.
All right, the final fight happening in the center of the map.
Neutralizing projectile. Engaging thrusters. Mecha securing the point. Nothing gets past me.
Come on, I was holding right click there.
Nice try, though.
Look, one does not simply throw a pulse bomb at a diva
Giggling neck.
who still has her mech.
Nothing gets past me. Neutralizing projectile. Your carry is here.
I'm focused. It's like competitive. Yeah, that'll scare them off.
Come here, Toki.
Woohoo! We did it.
GG's.
GG.
Play of the game.
Yes, that is the one thing I love about Quesday. You have no idea how the matches are going to go. They could be very well balanced. They could be completely off the rails. And most of the time, people don't care if they win or lose. It's just about having fun. Yeah, I really slept on a wrong something. It's been weird the past few days when I've taken a nap. Oh, found a match immediately. I wake up after 10 minutes. It's very strange.
Arriving at Quesday. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Hello. Sup?
Hello, hello.
G'day, team.
Oh, Tim, you didn't get into this match.
Who are we versing? Oh, it's Golden Archer again.
Yeah, light work. Easy.
Let's do low gravity Winston. That's going to be funny.
I said it was full sarcasm. The guy's a menace.
Nah, we're gonna be chilling.
Listen to your mommy. 5,
I mean, other
3,
arcade modes probably won't have many
I haven't
players.
seen Winston in this mode yet. He just perpetually in the sky.
You just jump once. That's
Failure in
cool.
life, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the order.
Same with Doom.
Of course, the one
You see
like
these and you
oh,
just
it doesn't
yeah, constantly.
it doesn't flip out the way it's supposed to. It just disappears. Oh, GG.
How did they know?
So I'll have to adjust that to. Okay, that's an easy fix. Oh, it's Amesy. It's Teacup Salt.
Ow, Blaze, Jesus.
I think.
These discords are gonna be rough with all this hang time.
Yeah, dude.
Or it might just be someone else, because they have bottom 500.
Onward and upward. Don't let him cross the barricade.
That's such a high jump.
He's low.
We're still neck and neck.
So crouching doesn't send you closer to the ground. That is unfortunate. Correct. I am on an ultra wide, and I, rather than stretching the corners in, which I could do, people seem to
there's
prefer
Mega just
not
on my
that.
ass.
So this is the view you get, unfortunately. I do wish the game had a proper 16:9 HUD when you play in 21:9 in ultra wide, because I would
Damn it, the
much
head
rather
rank.
be able to see my health without having to, you know, tilt my head to the side. But that's the way they design the game. So some games let you choose like arbitrary distances
also
from the
busted in
edges.
this,
Other
right?
games let you just select presets. Overwatch does neither. But I will say something
Yeah,
that
it's finally
Overwatch
got
2
played.
does that Overwatch 1 didn't do is that in Overwatch 1, if you had an ultra wide, then
I don't want to be that guy, but
when you selected an ultra wide resolution, it would crop the top and bottom, which would mean you'd see much less of the screen and everything would be more zoomed in. For Overwatch 2, they fixed that. Even though in Overwatch 1, the excuse they gave was, oh, we don't want you to have a competitive advantage being able to see more on the sides. But because the amount of verticality in Overwatch, people on ledges, people playing Pharah, the downside of cropping the top and bottom was that you could see even less.
Here, and we will not be able to escape.
And they had no problem letting people play at different quality settings or different refresh rates or mouse precisions. It was just the ultra wide they didn't like. But here we are.
The moon base wasn't
They've taken 2 steps forward, or they've taken, I'd say 5 steps forward, and just haven't taken the final step, which I'm hoping they do eventually. It's on my wish list. That's quite a jump.
into the eyes.
They're trying.
He would.
Angry monkey. I'm just going to float down and then try and knock Ryan off the map. Hello, people.
He's low. I call that guerrilla warfare.
Winnable!
Absolutely.
Pushing ahead.
Oh, poor May. I've just got orb, but I'm hiding. Oh, you know what I'm missing? Keyboard overlay.
Oh my.
I have experimented a
down.
little with displaying parts of the HUD in areas where they're not meant to. There's no good way of doing it.
He's gonna shatter.
But what if
Unsuccessful.
I hit spacebar?
I mean, to be fair, I respect it.
I got the
Oh,
lead.
damn. My frames have gone.
For now.
They have taken the robot.
Hate when this happens. Can we find out why? The game just decided to use 100% GPU for a bit there. It only happens when live, though. So it's clearly some disagreement between the game and the NVIDIA encoder, which is probably a DirectX 12 thing, let's be honest.
You're safe with me.
Here a really long Ryan flank happening.
I can hear it.
I believe.
There's an enemy here.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to drop down. I wish there was a way to drop down faster because this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, if you hit your crouch, you see?
No, I've tried. Crouch doesn't do anything.
Oh, that's crazy.
Crouch is entirely pointless.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it wouldn't make sense. It's like gravity, it's not. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's gravity. It's not supposed to be controllable. Just very frustrating when you're halfway in the sky trying to get a rhyme. Oh no.
Like in saying that, like, if I'm in the air with Soldier and hit shift, like, I gain speed.
Brutal.
Oh, beans.
Progress is still progress.
Oh, also Brig can boot you straight up into the sky.
Yep.
I'm chilling with that Ryan. Good luck.
Ninja's one.
You're gonna have to try something like that. I have an idea.
I body blocked him from staying on the right side of the wall, so it just fell off. Bro, the Zen kicks.
He's a very boopy guy, you know.
30 seconds.
Enemy in sight.
Fire. Large utility robot in our control.
Bad news is we're currently technically losing.
I think there's a Rhine in our spawn.
The good news
Yeah,
is
there
it's
was
not
a
by
Rhine.
much.
100%. Of course it is, bro.
He's just chilling.
More friends.
Oh no. No, I had all. It was gonna be amazing.
Okay, so
Nah,
Nice job,
didn't
team.
work out.
Defeat.
Alright, so what I need to do is go to this one, select the game. Do this one.
holy.
Saved into And before I requeue, I'm going to very quickly do the same thing in a custom game. Now, I know there's some kind of like green screen workshop examples. Fire dome, double jump. Like, I don't know how to enable... Probably skirmish? For stadium? Yeah, one of the others said something about that. Presets? Maps. So now, if we go... skirmish... Now I need to disable all maps except for... It's called Workshop Green Screen. I'll check my queues in a sec. Hmm. There we go.
Cheers, love.
Oh, there's a
It's time to
grid
save the
too.
world.
I need someone that doesn't have... Oh, shit. I need someone who doesn't have... 2 guns.
I am always ready to
okay.
learn.
And then we're going to do the same things. Studio mode. Game crop. Watch. Screenshot. Cool. Let's see what my queues are. So we've got competitive, which says 1 minute, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. And stadium, which says 1 minute, 2 minute, 2 minute. So my queues are pretty short there. Low gravity, there's not a lot of people playing, so not surprising queues would be longer there. It really depends on how many matches are going at the same time. Show recordings. So... open up Photoshop. I'm going to create a new scene for nesting called left HUD. Oh, that put it like halfway in my scenes list. Weird. Alright. And then we're going to add a game capture. And we're going to line it up perfectly to the left. Then we're going to go into game crop. We're going to add our scene and add the existing left HUD. And then we're just going to crop it down to the left corner. So now you can see the bottom left corner of the game in a weird way, which is intended. Then we're going to load up our left HUD. And we're going to canvas size 2560. Oh, no, I can't do that until I convert our background into a layer. Canvas size 2560. Yeah, cropping it is fine. Then we're going to move it to the left. Actually, we can turn it into a smart object. We can then go in and do a magic eraser. On our green screen, we're going to make it the tolerance of 10. No. 50. There we go. Okay. We can also get rid of the green here. That's too much removal. There we go. And we don't want to keep that there. Cool. Save that layer. We're going to do a color overlay of... I want to say it's white if you want it visible. So, color overlay of white. Which will allow us to toggle that off. And we're going to do a back layer of black. So that we can then do some additional niceties. So I'm thinking, I'm going to go in, we're going to delete this, this, and this. And then we're going to just do a kind of square from here to here. And then
Traveling
circle up here.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Something like that. Let's try Echo, because with Echo I'll have a little more control.
I am always ready to learn.
Can't believe you didn't give that bundle to me, Steffi.
I'm so sorry. It's so
Keep up if you
poor.
like.
You're poor. Oh my god.
So poor. I see pretty girl skin. I cannot afford. I win PP. I win giveaway. I take. I am pretty girl now.
More to do, more to learn.
Nope.
Maybe one day we'll go on missions in Hawaii.
Hello.
I have a spider in my hair. No! Don't look me! No!
2, 1. Attack commencing. Escort the payload.
I've almost got it. Yes! Whoa, that made my encoding very unhappy.
Oh my god.
So it's not quite what I'm after. Hold on. Let me just kill a guy here.
I'll keep this fire burning!
Thanks for the upgrade. Payload is coming through.
Right, I'll just push the payload a tiny bit.
Hello.
And while I'm doing that, studio mode. Game crop. And there we go. That works, right? Now you can see my health. You want to join my group? Because we could do that. My frame rate is 40. Why is it 40?
This time I have it.
Where did my GPU usage go? Whoop. There goes my bitrate. No, my frame rate's still bad.
Dusting off.
Helden sterben nicht.
Hold on. What have I done here? I've made something angry. There we go.
Advancing up. Thank you for the assistance. Finishing them off.
Constantly low on health.
Focusing fire. Dusting off.
Ah, got him.
Power. Payload is coming through.
Just gonna push the payload. Ouch.
Thank you.
So yeah, the mask works-ish. It doesn't look great, but it looks better than before.
How can I adjust?
Hunting them down!
My apologies.
Going up.
It'll require some manual cleaning,
Capabilities now.
which I knew was going to be the case. They let me cap it. Take it. Yay, we did it. I didn't know you could put things up there. They're already shit talking in chat.
Hello. Over there. Targeting hostile.
I finished my tea before stream and I'm a little disappointed. Probably should have made tea.
No. Hello there.
Not what I was intending. By Genji, by Genji.
Ah, looks like one's back.
Creating new neural pathways.
We need to get the payload moving.
I appreciate that, like, bullets don't respect low gravity.
Focal point locked. Enemy hunter.
Thank you.
But this is challenging.
Administer.
I'm doing so poorly. Too many sim turrets. I wasn't ready. So there will need to be some tweaks.
Hunting them down.
Going up. Adaptive circuits engaged.
You think you'll be ready for this? No! What? I hit control and all my frames disappeared.
Personality
What the hell?
I'll keep this fire burning.
I'm at 16 FPS. What is this?
I see them.
Like, I must be hitting something. I can hear my graphics card struggling. But I didn't even do anything. There we go. Wow, Steffi's doing the work. I think we're being carried by Steffi here.
60 seconds.
Those were all SMG kills.
That's funnier though.
A kill is a kill.
It doesn't count. It's not real.
Targeting hostile.
Genji's so low. No!
It's the power of Doki Doki in my heart.
I got the power to
Sponsored by
pick up.
Dixon.
Let's go.
Analyzing for possible improvements.
It turns out that is the strongest power in the world of Overwatch. I got wrecked.
Oh my god, he went to space.
Let's adapt.
Power emanates.
Oh, rest in peace.
It's definitely something
fucked
with
him like 5 times
Photoshop,
now.
just not happy.
It is.
It's very weird.
Repositioning.
Enemy
Like, it's lagging and it's taking Overwatch with it. Which makes zero sense, because my computer can handle it.
Well, I don't think they've realized, but there's no barrier inside. So you actually got to be on the actual world limit.
Hey,
I got you.
I'm just gonna save this.
lot to think about.
And close Photoshop. And that still didn't fully fix my frames.
Ah, looks like one's back.
Sitting at 85. Hunting! Oh! Ow.
Thank you for the assistance. Dusting off.
So maybe I do need a 50-90. Oh.
It's chasing me.
Repositioning.
Do not provoke me.
You can tell I generally don't play Echo. And I also don't play low grav. The reason I chose Echo for low grav is I thought,
Circuits engaged.
maybe I can successfully have better control while in midair. The answer to that was no. Let me...
GG's.
GG's.
That.
Play of the game.
What are you doing up there?
Oh, you know, just hang out with bros.
As soon as you join, I'll hit that requeue button. Alright. Hey, we hit 34. It's really weird when it's the start of the season and you complete your dailies and your weeklies, because then the post-match screen just has the Battle Pass logo, which is the, like, orange shield thing. Yeah, that one. And you just gain like a tiny bit of XP, even when double XP was running on the weekend. I was like, I forgot this is how it feels to have completed weeklies before the Battle Pass. The good news is that this season, I don't care for the title at the top, Royal Pain. I do think Magitechnician would be fun. Maybe Storm Chaser and Hollow Heart. I might be able to hit Hero of Heart, which would be nice. But, like, Bounty Collector, fine. I'll get it. It won't affect me much. But, yeah. Even when I get Magitechnician, I'm not switching away from 6v6 Enthusiast. Which I also noticed, in Stadium, the right sidebar, when you die, has the title in all caps, as does the competitive, like, initial screen that shows up. However, most of the rest of the game just capitalizes it correctly. The scoreboard, your thing in the your thing during play of the game, your friends list. It's only the profile and specific other areas that have it in all caps. I don't understand the point of showing it in those two different ways. Just be consistent. I get usernames are all caps, which I don't think this font actually has lowercase, does it? I also figured out why it looks like my activity feed keeps jumping around. If a name is long enough and the X time ago is on the end of the sentence, so in this case, failure in life is the last person to follow, and then at the end of it, it says 32 minutes ago. When it said 31 minutes ago, it was short enough to be on the one line. Then it became 32 minutes ago, so the word ago moved to the next line, which shifted the rest of the list. So that's why I keep getting distracted by movement happening in my activity feed. Because it's just hours and minutes jumping around and causing the rest of the page to reflow. Alright, what's the Overwatch 1 font name? Big Noodle 2, that's the one. Cool. Big Noodle 2. Alright. So, this is Big Noodle. And, yeah, regardless of... So this is lowercase. This is uppercase. And those were interchanged. So there is no... The one thing that annoys me there is it's a little too slanted for the italic. Yeah, that was for 20%. Yeah. I probably had it set to Arial or something, which I'll fix later. Oh, we're already 5 minutes into queue. How did that happen? So my next legendary loot box is 2 levels away, which I'll easily get tomorrow. The only other bummer is for the event challenges, you have to complete 10 challenges for Stadium to get a legendary loot box, which I'm at 6. So complete 30 games I'll knock out very easily. 5 games as all rolls I'll knock out pretty easily. So that puts me at 8. Then I need... Then I'll get this one, which is complete 8 challenges. So that'll put me at 9. And then I just need one more, which is either 3 games as any tank, 3 games as any damage, or win a game in Stadium as every hero. Which is less likely to happen early on, because that requires playing 17 different heroes in Stadium and winning. The playing part I can do. The winning part, not so much. Because as mentioned before... No, I scratched my mouse pad. As mentioned before, my win rate is not great. Stadium... 6 wins, 15 losses. So, attempting to win as 17 different heroes, most of which I don't generally play. So, like... Diva fine, Junker Queen fine, Juno probably fine, Lucio difficult to win but fine, Mercy fine, Moira yeah fine, Orisa yeah, Reaper sure, Soldier yes, Zarya yes. So that leaves Ana, Ashe, Cassidy, Genji, which no way I'm going to win with Genji, Mei, which we'll see, and then Reinhardt. So I'm going to have to learn how to play a bunch of heroes real quick. Because if we look at my time played overall, at the bottom of the list, Widow's down here, Wrecking Ball, Hanzo, Bastion, Sombra. Genji is here with 9 hours. Then Ashe with 9 hours. Cassidy with 13. Mei with 14. Mercy with 17. Reinhardt 19. Ana 19. Juno 37. I've been playing a bunch of her, so it should be doable. Soldiers at 70. Carissa's about to hit 100. Junker Queen's over 100. Lucio's 162, but most of my playtime on Lucio is like very early Overwatch 1. It'll be interesting. Is anyone in a custom game, maybe? No, none of them. Anime cover music. Interesting. Steffi's in a game. Loki's in a game. Dixon's in a game. Blaze Ninja switched to Stadium. Unexpected. Oops, someone modified the build instructions for Linux for OBS. They changed one VPL devel to libvpl devel. On which platform? Something that uses DNF. Fedora. You need Ninja and you need libvpl devel. There you go. People on Fedora. Very strange. Okay. The next thing I wanted to do is let's pull the latest stuff on... Oh, also, my WSL still doesn't work. So that's fun. So if I do WSL... And I don't know how to fix it. The solutions online have not been helpful. Yes, this is what it's like. It spends all this time. WSL version does work. And like most of the WSL... Oh, actually, you might be right. Most of the standard commands work. Oh, there we go. WSL installation appears to be corrupted. Error code regdb e-class not reg. Press any key to repair, which I've attempted like 20 times and nothing happens. I am surprised the help command doesn't work. It used to. I've tried WSL upgrade. I've tried... Like, the last thing that I need to try is basically uninstall it entirely. Because WSL upgrade downloads the same version I'm currently running. And then it just does this. And then it doesn't work. So anyway... Why am I in OBS depth sync? Yeah, no, there we go. Same error code, yeah. Because if I do upgrade... No, is it update? I think it's update. I have local changes in OBS browser and OBS WebSocket. No, I don't.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero. Five, four, three, two, one. Round one.
Let's do some Lucio.
We're here.
Whoop, and there.
Keep in sight.
What?
This will go smoothly.
I alt-tabbed into the game and my frames disappeared. There we go. Also, I'm going to switch to team chat. Man, 90 hertz feels really good when you've just played at 20 FPS for a few seconds. Like, it feels insanely smooth. And then reality kicks in. And it just becomes normal.
Just a sound check.
Oh, that is way too high. I think I need to... Oh, I forgot how cool these are. Just boot the Ryan. The hell was getting me there? Sneaky Dixon.
The enemy is taking a point.
I'm so used to jumping that I just need to do less of it. I'll just hide over here. Oh no, I got solo ulted. Reloaded, why? I just need to breathe more. The amount of yawning I'm doing is unprofessional. Hi, Zarya. Oh, he tried. Dixon's really trying to be sneaky here. He's not, but he's trying. No, I thought I could get behind that. I was unsuccessful. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes the play of the game, or sorry, kill cam. That's the word I was looking for. Sometimes the kill cam kills the frames too. Although it could just be because I basically alt tab out every time I'm dead to do other things. I don't pay enough attention to what my fingers are doing to realize if That's the cause of my grief sometimes. I shouldn't have followed the ball in there. Because we are about to lose and it's going to be partially my fault. Gonna go in a straight line and not jump on anything. Just trying to keep him high above the point so he can't cap it. Oh no! There we go. Very good work. Now, did I test how this looks? Yeah, okay, I didn't like it. No problem.
With each step, my burden lightens.
Hmm.
Stay sharp. It's harder to keep you alive when you're distracted.
Give everyone a speed boost into the point, and we will win. That is how it's going to go down.
Bad guys, heads up.
You know, if I don't jump but I hold space next to a wall, that triggers the wall ride? So if I'm like here, hold space, and not let go, and I start wall riding. No! Dimples died immediately.
That was just a sound check. Louder this time.
I could theoretically do a...
These vibes will heal
Wait, did they swap? What? Hmm. No, this Ryan really wants me dead. Figured out a way to send them to the ground faster. Jump above them. And then boot them. No! I'm surprised that killed her. He went flying. Look, Ryan, it's now my objective, okay? I am in control while you fly around. Oh, he was up here with me. I thought he was on the ground. I was wrong. Just about got my ult, too.
I'm on fire.
Let's push him off the objective. I feel this in my bones.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Switching track.
None of this administered.
This is what I call power.
Keep everything natural.
Oh, let's break it.
Adaptive circuits
Oh yeah, my ult actually sends me to the ground too.
It's an uphill fight. Who else wants a piece of this objective? I'm burning hot.
Oh!
This is my favorite part.
Yep.
personality duplication.
That's okay. This is still winnable.
Turn it up, turn it up.
I'll touch.
Oh no, that's not winnable. Oh, he slipped. That looked so good though. Silly Brian, you're supposed to punch back. You're the one with the giant hammer. Ugh.
Helden sterben nicht.
Oh yeah. No! Ryan. Ryan's too clever.
The wolf hunts for his prey.
No.
Score 1-1.
Do not start the mission yet. The mammal has something in his teeth. Okay, go ahead.
Everyone ready?
Hmm.
He says,
Off we go. Come on. Move your legs.
Final round. You ready for this? I'm ready for this. Enemy spotted. Healing boost.
One dead. Mercy.
Party time, let's go. This is an
Oh
uphill
no.
fight. Careful.
Pixel Cutes is doing well.
Amp up this beat.
No! We met Pixel Cutes at Game Expo. Among a number of other
Next
people.
round.
Some who are in this list, Dixon, I definitely met.
This beat will heal you up.
Engage without
Gotta go quick. I'm at the objective. Anyone else coming? You want that louder?
Our entire team died. Oh no! My entire team died! Alright, we're down to 8% dropped frames. I'm still seeing those weird dips.
Time for a remix. This is my
Maybe it's just a
favorite
bad
part.
night.
I feel this in my bones.
Can't wait for September when my speeds will go up and I can
Let's do it fast.
upload just a little bit more. Oh, come on! Dixon got me. I wanted to boop the Rhine into the trains. That would have been fun.
Turn it up, turn it up.
minefield deployed.
Catch these healing waves.
I mean, I don't know if I agree with that, Nano, but I'll take it.
Speed it up, everyone.
I guess if it makes me the threat instead of the rest of my team.
This is my favorite part.
No! No! Alright, this time I'm not alt-tabbing out. Yeah, the frames drop a little, but not as much. Oh, he wasn't even looking down at me and still got me. That's a bit OP. So because his arm was down there, he couldn't actually see me, but the kill still counted. And I just got my ult. I should have waited for the team. Ana falling with a pose as if she was standing looked really funny there.
Unloading scrap. I've got you in my sights.
Hey, we got it. Run away, soldier. Run away.
Let's get some healing beats going. Party time, let's see an enemy. Yeah, I'll turn it up.
Got it.
Turning up the heat. Let's do it fast.
Come on. Go. Wow, Ryan got shredded. Sorry, not Ryan. Roadhog got shredded. That was fantastic. I bet he wasn't expecting that. GG. That was fun. Why is my name tag on my face? Fort. You. So Lucio's doable in that mode. Yeah, there's an easy way to work towards the party goer lifetime title. And it jumped again. Alright. Oh, these are actually loading now. I like how the Rhine one is like off screen. Legendaries include Imperious Reinhardt, Lilith Moira, Thrall Zen, Lich King Reinhardt, Sylvana Widowmaker. 5% chance for a legendary. As it stands, I have all but one common. I am 20 behind the rares. I'm 143 short on epics. And 142 behind on legendaries. 19th of Feb. You can see when I start getting duplicates here. And then all of these are dupes. I appreciate that they've added icons to it now. It also says past 2 months, so anything before where I was initially getting a bunch of legendaries also cut down. And this whole system is very bad. It's just a bunch of names. And I feel like they only added epic loot boxes purely for Stadium. I expect Stadium will give epic loot boxes in some form. Do I have... Oh, and also, there was a annoying bug in the Windows 10 start menu this past week where the jump lists weren't appearing. And now they're back. And I'm happy. Recent presences, React, Overwatch, files, RAID overlay. Open. Preview? That's the preview. So I started a bit of work on this last time. Not particularly functional. Not styled at all. But we can work on this while we wait. I don't like how bright that is, so we'll just hide the preview. I don't need it anyway. Screencast mode, cool. So... so the plan for this is... for this to be my raid overlay. Hey, we found a match.
Traveling to Iconville.
How does this work? It does. Do I go tank this time? I've got Hamsey. Oh no! Yeah, sometimes Q times are quick, sometimes they're slow. It helps that I instantly re-Q us. Could go Diva. Let's go Roadhog.
That's not the word I would choose.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
That's rude. That's also rude. Cassidy does so much damage. Oh, it's reloaded on the enemy team again. Oh, and I forgot just how far Roadhog's right click goes with this, with low grab. That is a very fast capture. That's normally not seen.
Escort the payload.
I really feel this list should automatically like leave the right amount of space. Not jump around when you click buttons. Also, I think the top right where it says hybrid, or the game mode, is very Overwatch 1 beta-esque. It's not even like Overwatch 1 production. So I wonder what they're experimenting with behind the scenes. Because they've refined a bunch of UI in this update as they have in the past few updates. Where they've been doing tiny things every update, and then the last update was a big one. This one has some tiny things in it. Separate from Stadium.
Step right.
Like the hero info scoreboard stuff used to be in the middle, now it's all the way on the left.
It's time. Take him down.
I need to just aim at the floor. And that's what I need to do. That is the only direction I should be pointing that. I just shot him in the nuts. Yeah, that's about where I wanted it. Oh, he never got the opportunities to touch the ground. This game.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Cassidy.
You know, she could have gone tank, but she didn't. No! Damn. My health disappeared.
Why's the payload
Oh, I do have alerts and alerts YouTubers separate sources. Okay. Makes sense. Oh, I was going to fix the Twitch one to actually fold up. Recording timeout. Yep, okay, so it is when I tab out, it just gets really unhappy. The game's not even focused. Whoa. Come on. Game, I know you're messing with me. You can just fix yourself now. Please. I don't want to get sick.
I'm really feeling
Yeah, no, 11 FPS. It's just eating my GPU. Now it's at 30. Better. Now it's at 90. Did I knock them both off the map? No? No, I knocked neither of them off the map. So interestingly... Okay, it had nothing to do with that. Cool. Here's Biden Blast.
Personne n'échappe à mon
Echo.
regard.
Nano boost administered.
Hey, we got it 2 meters. Wow, that jump was not as high as I thought it was. Oh, come on! Come on, 0.6 meters. Who's gonna move it? It's gonna be me. All I did was whack him in the head with it. Wow, he got full health from that. How far is that? Oh, it's pixel cutes again. I see how it is. No. He's in there. Uh-oh. I have 20 HP and nowhere to heal myself. Thank you, Mercy. No, I had to reload. That was the worst. Can you tell I don't play Roadhog? Yeah. I did it again. So I think if I alt tab while it's about to load the death cam, it gets very angry with me.
Why is the payload stopped?
30, come on. Like, I shouldn't be able to kill my frames this easily. Are they just chilling on point? No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Playing at 30 FPS. This is unpleasant. He's just running away. Can I fix this, please? There we go. It fixed itself. Alright, I'm not alt-tabbing out. You've punished me enough. Yeah, no, I didn't alt-tab out that time, and it just hit 30 FPS. It was fine, and then it broke itself, so it's not my fault. Good to know. So how do fix? That was a funny ult. Do I get any frames?
Tactical visor activated.
No. Yep, and my frames just randomly returned. Okay. Like, I have to assume it's doing something behind the scenes that caused this. Basically, half the time when it shows the death camera, I alt-tab out. And separately, half the time when it shows the death camera, my frame rate drops to 10. Just for this game. And pretty much only when I'm streaming. So, who knows? Hi, Michu. How are you doing? Yeah, see? Now it's back down to 20 FPS.
It's hand.
Am I following Pixel Cutes, actually? That's a question. Alright, I'm going to give Tim time to brush his teeth. No, restarting it doesn't help. That's the weird thing. Yep, not following her. Let's fix that. Cool. Let me know when you're back, Tim, and I'll requeue us. In the meantime, let's fix my alerts, because we need... animation duration, 1 second. I set... how long I want it to stick around? I thought it was in the CSS, but it's not a variable. There isn't even a control F. I mean, I'm probably one of the very few people using, what's the word? DirectX 12 mode. Most people are probably still on DirectX 11. So it does close. So when I preview this, you can see it flips in, waits 10 seconds, and then flips out. This one should flip out. But if I send a test alert, it doesn't flip out, only flips in. And the code for flip out just says animate flip out. And the animation delay is only set to 1 second. Animation duration 1 second. What do I have it set to down here? 9 seconds. That's why. Okay, so if we set this back to 10 seconds, and we send another test alert, then this should flip away at the 9-second mark. I wasn't paying attention. Generally, you want to run the highest one that is available to you, because you'll get the best performance improvements. Okay, it works, but it shows a scroll bar, which we don't want. It's this scroll bar here. So if I do an overflow hidden, will that hide the scroll bar? And in my case, if I use DirectX 11, okay, that does hide the scroll bar. Perfect. All right, my alerts are now fixed. If I hide this, if I run in DirectX 11 mode, if I have anything hardware accelerated, such as OBS, visible on my top screen, then the game lags constantly, where it lags for me, but not in any recordings or in any like frame rate counters. So they added DirectX 12 as a beta option so that you can test it out. And so I have it enabled so that I can test it out. And majority of the time, it's perfectly fine. It's fantastic. I do occasionally get weird dips, or the frame rate goes really low sometimes, like you saw in that game. A little bit frustrating, but overall, much better than what I'm used to. Okay, so we've got play of the match. We have, I think, player hero also shows up in this font. I remember taking a screenshot. Did I save that screenshot in here? Raid overlay. No, I didn't. Ah. Why is there a 9 on the end? Okay. Let me quickly check my recent screenshots. Because if I didn't take a screenshot and save it somewhere, unfortunately, this is the downside of my monitor. So my monitor actually looks more like this. I have an ultra-wide monitor. So you can see bits of the edge, and I don't have control over. Like, my options are, yeah, here's a better example. So this is the premium loot box screen. You can see that it's a much wider rectangle. I generally prefer playing on the wider view. Unfortunately, that does mean that for streaming, the corners don't show up as nicely. I have experimented with various ways to make that experience a bit nicer, including squashing in the corners so that you can kind of get a semblance of the health and stuff, but people come in being like, it's all squashed, it looks weird. I could shrink it down and then just have some sort of fancy background along the bottom, which I have considered but don't really want to do. Alright, we're going to have to go into my social, no, career profile, history, view highlight, and then we're going to take a screenshot of the highlight screen. Yeah. Ultimately, it's not a problem, but I can definitely understand why people get annoyed by it. Alright. So for reference, this is what I'm attempting to recreate. So these are going to be in white. We can just do a black background for now, and then oh, were you in that game as well, Failure? GG. And as a test, we will just set font size 20 point. Yeah. So the 6v6 enthusiast text, I don't know what font that is. Ah, well, you did great. So I'm going to set it to Arial for now. Player title. Font family. We'll just do Arial. And we'll add a little... find out the correct font. And what I might do is if we view a highlight from like 2022. Okay. So we just need to use the orange for player username and player title. Can we just... I mean, I could probably just Google Overwatch fonts and it'll show up, but sure, I can do that. Whoa, where'd it go? There we go. I don't know if I'll be able to... Oh, the last DM between us was... If this is your account. It was 2017? Let's see if that's correct. Because I have streamer mode on, so I can't actually see names at the moment. Rules? Yep, that is your account. We haven't directly messaged since 2017. That's funny. All right. And then I'm also going to grab the color here. Rules, color picker. And I'll be more specific with this color later. For now, I'm just doing the basics. Yeah, I had a feeling that'd be the case. You know, I wonder if I should do the fancy line as... I tried that too. It gets stuck. Event type. Cool. How do I do? Just text emphasis style. No, I want... No. This is not something I do often. Font style. See, it's a little too italic. And why is there a space missing? So I have the... Let's just do this. Oh, that doesn't even have a search. Yeah. So here is the WSL 2540 MSI. I'm going to hide the fancy line for now. And we're going to do a... Yeah. I just want... Here. Technically, actually, this font would be smaller for the player title. We'll do a font family of 40 point. No, font size of 40 point. There we go. Could not write value to key software. Here, I'll just... Come on. That's the error I get. And that key looks fine, both in terms of existence and in terms of ownership. I don't know. Originally, when I ran into the issue, I assumed maybe a reboot would fix it. It did not. So I haven't put in too much effort trying to fix it, because it might fix itself on its own. Yeah, that's an option. Worth trying for sure. All right, let's do some... Oh, I switched windows and I got a quick encoding overloaded then. So, we're going to fade in left. Yes. Oh, technically, these ones should both fade in separately. Yeah, pretty much. Bowden, good evening. I saw you show up in the start of Tiffany's stream earlier, right before you went to bed. I joined in a little after you left. And then she tried playing guitar, and whatever mic filters her computer automatically applied ate the guitar sounds. So you just hear her singing and no guitar. And she's like, maybe if I play the guitar louder, still nothing. So I've offered to help her. But she was like, I don't want to do anything complicated because fade out right is the other one I need. She doesn't want it to be complicated, and the problem is streaming is complicated. So I did offer, hey, we can do it a simple way, and I'll just help you get that. Maybe. I think my personal guess is it's a Mac. Because she also tried hooking up a USB microphone to it. And because she was streaming directly through the YouTube control panel, you can't just change the devices in the control panel. You have to go into your browser settings to change devices, and I don't know if that applies without a refresh. And that's just because of the way they designed the YouTube dashboard. Nope, I clicked fade out right. Why did that not copy? So it's just a matter of knowing the setup and saying, here, click these buttons. And most likely the operating system, because I think macOS by default has a bunch of microphone filters on and webcam filters, including one that if you thumbs up, it shows bubbles, which is really dumb. Alright, now how do I enable this? Add it directly. Basic usage. Animate. Animate. Okay, if I add this class. There we go. Yeah. So, very likely, voice isolation is on, and all she has to do is turn that off. If we want to keep it really simple. Just a matter of her accepting help. Now, the fade in left, fade in right might not work properly for... Yes, and she did mention that she tried to do something more advanced back then. And... No worries, Tim. Thanks for playing the couple games you joined in on. She did mention that she tried to use some other software back then, and she struggled a lot with it, and she didn't want a repeat of that. Okay. So the fade in works. Now to remember how to do... Yeah. Thing is, she used to do other streams as well back in the day on... Yes, and that's pretty much what I was going to tell her, that if she wants to just stream in... in the... this needs to be timed separately. Okay. If she wants to just stream the YouTube dashboard, that's fine. It's just a matter of turning off voice isolation and using a proper mic. And how to switch between mics while live. Or we could do something like OBS, walk her through setting it up, which basically it adds the microphone by default. So all you'd have to do is add a video capture device and tell it where to stream to, which you just log in. And then the rest of that, as long as everything else is set to default, won't be a problem. It's just a matter of, will she accept help? Because, like, this is one thing that, you know, I get, right? Streaming is difficult, and it could be easier, but at the same time, there are areas where you just can't make it too much easier because of how... because of how computer hardware is, really. There's just so much that you have to depend on, and you have to hope that things don't misbehave. Now, how... I know I use... You know what? Here's what we're going to do. Alongside this raid overlay, I do have my animated social, which is this guy, which has some JavaScript to display the top left corner of my screen, where it kind of flips a little thing, say my socials, and then after a few seconds flips back out. I do want to enable that. Yeah. And I want to check. So this is just labeled animated fast flip in X. And then I assume the flip out X is after display seconds. I hide previous pop-up, which is done with a remove the flip in X and add the flip out X. Okay. Yeah. I bet if I... Last stage at show that I signed up for was... Oh, she did one in 2023 for Phone Call to Heaven. Upcoming stage at shows. Your ticket... So the last one was in 2014 for Against the Current Acoustic EP preview. And the thing is, they also had very bad audio for their stage at streams. These days, the lead singer for Against the Current streams on Twitch herself, so she knows what the hell she's doing when it comes to streaming. But that's after years of learning how to do it, right? It's looking like people have moved off arcade. We'll give it another 10 minutes. I don't think it's going to work. Yes, it's all possible to do. I mean, my guess, based on how I know people on macOS do things, she probably just opens like... I know QuickTime can do recordings. She probably opens something like QuickTime, just hits record, and then is done with it. And like, that's completely understandable. Alright, so we're going to have to do this with a script that... we need a self-executing onload. Display raid. And then we're going to do a set. So we're going to... Now if I do no thing here, it'll just be marked as animate. Does it need to be an animate underscore animated? It does. Okay. So we will... Now I forget if this allows me to... I'm going to have to do... I'm just going to do it the easy way. Yeah, that's the other. He was like, I'll just do it a cappella. While playing guitar, which I found pretty funny, but you know, there are ways to do it. It's just a matter of a quick introduction to it. Now I can. Yeah, and it's one of those things where I'm okay just giving a quick, 5-minute tutorial on how to do it. You know what? I'm gonna. Hang on. And then if she struggles with it, she can just use the other thing. The direct YouTube stuff. Because I get wanting to be self-reliant. It is one of those things where streaming is complicated. I understand not wanting to do something complicated. But sometimes you just need that kind of 5 minutes from someone teaching you and you fully understand it. Or enough to be able to... Alright, I've stolen code from work that I stole online because I needed a quick wait. Cool. So we're going to do a... Oh, wait. 500. No, just actually, because that's the default, we should be able to just... Oh, it's going to not be invisible. How do I make it invisible? Class list, remove flip in, add flip out, add display none, add flip in X, add flip, remove flip out X. How does this work? Yes, that is one other thing that bugs me, Tim, is that we don't need voice isolation at every layer. Microsoft Teams has bugged me a few times in the past 2 weeks, being like, hey, you should add isolation. No, I have my own mixer. It's doing isolation. I spent ages customizing it. Okay, so I should be able to... If we refresh this... Do I... No, let's do opacity 0. See how that looks. Yeah, that works the way I want it to. Excellent. So this isn't a CSS framework. It's a CSS boilerplate thing called animate.css. And it lets you do very quick CSS animations for different things. So you've got rubber banding, you've got pulsing, you've got swings, and you can do it in and out. Very useful stuff. Because I am a big fan of avoiding JavaScript if I can. Like, if I can do it with CSS, fantastic. And technically, I could do this with CSS keyframes, which I might do eventually. But this is more of a proof of concept, because I want to do a kind of play of the game, but for, like, Twitch raids, as an overlay on top of my entire stream. And actually, we can... font weight... I need something like semi-bold. Nope, there's nothing in between. Is Animate CSS free? Yes. Most stuff online for web development is free, which is fantastic. Now, I believe each of these fade in independently, so we can quickly finalize this. So we're going to remove this. So this is where it gets really tricky, because player title we can fade in. Do we get one? Or we need a denone on player title. No, opacity 0. But that last one is tricky because I'm just going to put this on separate lines. Because the way it animates Az and Juno in separately always looks a bit weird. I'm just trying to think of the best way to do this. Because I could do player hero... like that. And then separately have a 50 and then a 200 maybe. And that's where we animate in each of these. Let's see how that looks. So yeah, see that was my concern. Even if I were to set this to like 2 seconds, Juno just fades in. Yes, I did see that. Either way, it's a grotesque font. I'll set this to 1 second for now. Because it is a slide and fade. So I need it to kind of... I wonder if I just do... fade in left. Fading, fading, fading. Because slide doesn't fade. I need to... Nothing to apologize for. I just didn't acknowledge the message that I saw. I haven't even marked it as red, but it's on the same screen I'm looking at for the CSS stuff. I will have to adjust it because the fade happens too early. It happens before the slide, which is weird because in the demo, yeah, is that something I can control? Keyframes, custom properties, animate duration, animate delay. What if we change... Yeah, the animate delay doesn't... But I do want to slow down the animation. Like, whoop. Like by a lot. 2 seconds? No, that's a little too slow. Or we delay these by... Something like that could work. And then it's just a matter of... Player name. Let's do... Cool. And then we can do... Document dot query selector dot event type in text, and that'll be event name. And then the username will be player name. I haven't figured out what I'm going to use for the title. I could just pick some random ones. And for heroes, I might pick random ones as well. But that works pretty well. Now, do I have that font installed? Or do I have anything similar to that? I do not. Okay. Is it a free font? It is not. Buying options. Say I just want or web. $40. Okay, good to know. All right, shall we test it? Let's... class. Anyway, Michu, thanks for looking up those fonts. I will be doing my research on those fonts after stream. I really appreciate it. Incoming raid. Raid info. And then we can dot raid info position fixed, and we can do top 100. What if we do like 600 and left 100? 400? Because I don't want it to overlap with my face, but I do want it to be in the area. And I think that'd be really cool. You know what? What if we do this? Screenshot scene. Grab Go recordings. We open this in Paint. And then we just go... I'm thinking like here. So that's in 1440p. Image. Because canvas is 40p. But is... Let's resize this to... No, hold on. Pixels... 1920 by 1080. Okay, so let's say we want it about here. That is 311 by 620. Cool. Did the 6v6 text show up weird there? It did feel like it jumped or like slid back a little. Oh, and also, I think for the black text, sorry, for the white text, I do feel, so this will be text, let's add some glow. Using the text stroke. Let's do a text stroke just to keep it simple. Hang on, type. Event type and play a hero. Then we can move white and the font size here. And we can add a text. Text stroke is not a thing. Text shadow. All right, let's do a text. Let's do it in red. Cool. The only thing is that's the wrong size. Because the font size needs to be for the username as well. So we're going to do event type, player hero, and player username. And that will set our font size. Oh, we already have that up here. Fine. Why are you unhappy? Oh. Okay. Now, I am running OBS as admin, so my drag and drop is not going to work here, is it? Gonna raid test. Oh, and I can't drag the path in either. Oh, why don't you like that? And then we're going to do 1920 by 1080. I'm going to shut down source when not visible. Okay, so it does need to be 2560 by 1440. All right. No problem. We can fix that. So we want it 400 by 800. Cool, and then we're getting rid of the background. That's not quite where it's supposed to be. I got the numbers backwards. Okay. The text shadow is necessary. And then we also need each of these to be slightly offset. So so 20, 40, 60. I do think the font size is a little bit large, but it might actually work well being this large. However, I do think the player title can be a bit smaller. So I've got player username, player title, and what was the last one? Player hero. Probably more than that. 30, 60, 90. All right. What do we think? I'm going to hide the overlay. And we're going to do this. It does jump in, which I'm not sold on. And it definitely needs some sort of coloring. And I think... What if we do a bold on this? Is that going to look weird? Yeah, we can lower the animation to 1.6. Oh, I also need to... That should fix the scroll bars. I don't like the bold. We can get rid of this. We can lower this to 7 and this to 3. We can get rid of the bold. But the text shadow we can raise to maybe 6. I'll fix the coloring and stuff later. But I'm very confused why it kind of stutters in. But at least that's a little bit more readable. But that's the general idea of what I'm going for. Why did my camera just flash? Alright. Let's do, because it's been 46 minutes. Let's just play some, which challenges? Oh, we've got our dailies done. Nice. Let's play some quick play. Oh. That hurt. All right. I might give it like a longer delay initially so that it doesn't stutter in like that. And I need to figure out how best to handle the orange text. Because I think otherwise that'll work on most backgrounds. It's just the title that doesn't work. And, like, I could have it just as incoming raid, streamer name, some random title as streamer. Or I could have the title be what game they played. Or what they last streamed. That could be fun. Readability is definitely going to be the tricky bit. I need to find the font that Michu found for me. And hope there's a semi-bold version. Do we try some Freya? I'm thinking some Freya. How is it only 10:40? My brain is like, I want sleep.
I always deliver.
All systems fired up and ready to engage. Over here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Hi.
Alright, who do we have? All randos. We've got 2 supports, 2 tank, 2 DPS. What a surprise! Oh my god! My body just went, ugh!
Back on my feet. We need to stop that barricade.
I haven't actually figured out how best to play Juno because her design is very focused around the like dash combo, and her bullets just feel a little slow. And like, yeah, they lowered her cooldowns, but I still feel I feel like 12 bullets is not enough for how her weapon is designed. The challenge there is it makes sense for a crossbow to only have 12 bolts.
Into the iris.
I've also noticed a couple of my friends who haven't played Overwatch in a while launching the game just to play Stadium. Which is really funny to me. I got the Zen, but the soldier got me. And the soldier's name is I Hate OW2. I've seen that guy before.
Jagten fortsætter. Personne n'échappe à mon regard. Time for the reckoning!
Fucking satellite booster!
You coward!
I'll keep this fire burning!
I don't know her perks well enough, that one.
We need to get that box back.
Don't want that soldier to get me.
Let the kitsune guide you.
There we go. The other thing I could do is have the browser source darken the rest of the screen a little bit to prioritize the text. I just have to decide how best to isolate my face from not being filtered out. There are ways, it's just a matter of deciding how. Because I do want the text layered on top of me, or I could just put it over on the side. Those are options.
You're built to push, but so do it.
That's not what I intended to hit.
Back on my feet.
Updraft, temporarily. Yes, that one.
Stay out of my way. Our numbers are low. We took careful.
No, come on, around the corner, thank you.
We're outnumbered. Close ranks.
I don't think I'll ever be able to like consistently hit supports with this. Tanks absolutely. DPS maybe. But they also move too fast. Oh no! No!
Don't get caught.
It's not over. Not yet.
I've got you in my sights.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
I'm standing high.
Why does this feel like overtime?
Thanks for pitching me up.
Like, we've still got 30 seconds. Are we so low? Hey, we got him. Oh, come on. I did okay near the end there. She's just not entirely my playstyle. Like with Venture, Venture's absolutely not my playstyle. Neither is Malga, really. But Juno, absolutely my playstyle. Freya, like half my playstyle? No, I got sniped. That's unfair. Yep, okay. So it is straight up just sometimes death camera by frames. Because I did not alt tab out that time. Nice. Such a good skin. I just wish her thighs were not completely removed and her muscles not completely removed. She looks like a twig. Let's do a couple more. It'll end up being a shorter stream today, but that's okay. I'm surprised my queue is longer than 30 seconds. Raids. New variant. Can I rename these variants? Can. What were they called? Tiles? Live tiles. Live tile. Save. So this one is whoop. Live tile. Let's do Freya again, why not? And then yeah, the only challenge is I don't think
I always deliver.
yeah, it'll have to be a
I move quick. Keep up if you like.
no, this one's live tile. This one's going to be
I've got a good feeling. This could be our best mission yet.
Overwatch play the game. Cool. I'm gonna have to move it all into CSS
That played any day.
because Twitch's built-in alerts only allow HTML and CSS. Which is fine, it's just a matter of configuring all the keyframes for each of the rows to time them correct.
Let's not keep them waiting.
I was about to be like, I didn't jump forward. I think I got pulled by something. Oh. My cat has decided she is hungry. She will eat me.
Not yet.
I think this will be my last game. My eyes are way too tired. You can probably see it. Oh, come on! How did Hanzo get me? Oh.
Back on my feet. Coming through.
I could use that raid screen for like Rider's Ice switch into this scene as well from the starting soon screen. That'd be fun. Oh, like a live now sort of thing. Could be good. Needs some refining.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Oh no! They all moved to the other side of the car. That's not fair. Whoa. I just watched Discord fully refresh. That can't be good. This is what I mean. I have never been able to predict where characters will move to in Overwatch. Like, yeah, people complain, oh, people can strafe and all that. That's not my problem. Players just move unpredictably. They choose directions I don't expect. Bam. I've died double my kills.
I've always liked a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I see them. You're a lifesaver.
This is going to be a very short match.
Fast rescue's free.
I didn't even get most of those kills. It boosted my stats, but it wasn't. I already have trouble leading bullets for Marissa. Now I have to learn a entirely different bullet speed for Freya. Haha!
Good enough for now.
Yeah, Sojourn's doing all the work. I'm just cleaning up.
Thanks for patching me up.
Oh, come on. That's not what I aimed for. Nope. Yeah, I saw that. Oh. Yep, there go my frames again.
Jeg er ikke klar til at stille træskoen endnu.
My ultimate is ready. There's the enemy turret. Take it out.
Get in there, Bob.
Welcome to orbit.
Come on, I need my frames. There we go. Roadhog here and a Hanzo here.
It's gumshoe time.
So many gumshoes. Oh, that sneaky Hanzo. I got him. Couldn't see him through the trees, but I got him anyway. There we go. We're holding much better than I thought we would. Yeah, no wall climb, I just have to updraft. Yeah, my cat's really hungry. They switched to Ryan. They kept the Roadhog though, which was probably a good idea.
Jagten fortsætter.
Someone stop that timer. Come over here. Talk to me.
It's gumshoe time.
I'm focused. I'm locked in. Yeah. That was closer than I expected. I'll take it. Hey, I got play of the game as Freya. Woo! Yeah, because of the ult. Makes sense. My team cleaned up afterwards, but I did the thing. Hey! 1090.
Never in doubt.
Alrighty. Well, with that, hitting level 35, getting level 6 as Freya, I'm going to end stream there. If I do heroes, Freya, highlight intros, yeah, that's the default. I'm hoping she gets some better one. Not a good victory pose either. Alright then. That's going to be it from me. I will be streaming again this time next week for Open Quesday. Probably another random arcade mode. I'm hoping not low gravity. Something different, but we'll see. I think low gravity was planned last week and then that ended up moving out of the rotation earlier that day, so it didn't happen in the evening. We'll be doing something different, but thank you all for joining me tonight. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you all next Tuesday. Bye!